I'm going to show you the easiest, fastest way to clean all of these. And I have a hack for doing these fast. You need a sink, a tuft toothbrush, a regular toothbrush, a cup, a brush cleaning mat, 2 full-size towels, and dish soap that's tough on grease. Set up your towels. Fill up your sink with hot water and put about 2 tablespoons of the dish soap. Drop in all your sponges and your puffs. Let them sit there for just 10 minutes. And then just squish all the water out while it's draining. And now we're going to do it again. Squish all the new soapy water in it. You're going to take a couple of them that are really bad and put some concentrated soap on it. Start squeezing it out. And another 10 minutes. And basically you're going to be kneading them like you're kneading bread. By the 3rd time you do this, most of the makeup will be out. You may need to take a couple of them and give some concentrated amount and specifically work on real difficult ones. This looks like it's really, really dirty. If I squeeze it and it pretty much comes out white, don't keep trying to get it out. It's just stained and that's okay. The bottom line is that it's clean. If it starts to break apart at all, it's time to throw it away. Now you're going to work on getting all the soap out and just squeeze each one until you see no more soapy water coming out. And then just roll it up and squish it. Take the time to adjust it so you know that all the stuffing on the inside is flat before you let it dry that way. Put them on the towel that you have set aside. Kind of wedge them next to each other so they can be the least amount touching the towel. I've put down a brush pad. Honestly, you could get these anywhere. I'll link a few on Amazon. In my opinion, they're all created equal. I don't think there's any one brand that does this better. It just needs to be a good one with attachments on the bottom so that it doesn't slide all over the place. Put a couple tablespoons of your dish soap in a cup and add a little bit of water to it. You do not want this to be deep. Dip it in it, put it to the side. Don't go so deep that it goes past where this part is. You just want it to get the top of the brushes. And then you let the soap do the work. You're gonna have to get more in here because it's gonna soak it up. Then start working it through. The hardest ones to clean are going to be your cream products, and the hardest ones are the most dense ones because it all gets in there deep. What makes them amazing on your face is what makes them difficult to clean. And once you get to the point where the suds are white, you know you've gotten all the foundation out. Always point your brush downward. You don't want water going in this way because it'll go into the ferrule. I think this is what that's called. It will hurt the glue and the wood in there. So you always want to point downward and separate. This one is the hardest one for me to get clean. When it gets to this point where it just won't come off, I'll take a really concentrated amount and then I take my brush and I start just brushing it through and see how much faster that got clean. You don't know how bad I just want to put soap in here and let them soak, but that would be really bad for the brushes. Take some that are about the same size as far as how long they are. I'm going to dip them in this, swirl them around a little bit, and let them start soaking. I'm going to do these all at the same time. This looked clean, like I ran it through and it looked clear. It was all clear. Get all the water out of it and then squish it. And see how I work it a little bit and you can see soap. It's not completely full, clean. Get them all one level. Dip them in. Remember, don't go too far in. Line them up, all going across, and then just take your towel and get them all covered, and then just press them. And then what I do is just get them back to the shape that they're supposed to be. Line it up so the brush is hanging over the edge. So this is all squished. Just kind of get it back in its shape and put it on the edge. This one, I can still hear soap in there. Oh, Well, there's a good indication. Yeah, still soapy. Let's tackle the oddball stuff. This is my Sigma switch. The easiest thing to do is just get a decent amount on there. Put some water all over it. Take a toothbrush and just run a toothbrush through it all. Don't forget to clean these kind of things. These things get just as dirty as the rest, so you definitely want to get them clean. So the easiest thing to do is just do a little bit right on it. Your toothbrush. While I'm at it, I always clean my scissors and my tweezers. We often forget about our sharpeners because we just don't see it. So obviously empty out everything. You're going to use a grease cutter. Next thing is an eyelash curler. First, just put stuff on it. You're going to take the rubber part, take that out, put it to the side. You'll clean that in a minute. Sometimes if you have trouble getting into the groove here, take your smaller one and that'll get into the grooves better and into the corners and edges. This has waterproof mascara on it. This will not come out very easily with Ivory soap. The thing I use is my makeup remover. I will take a little bit on it and just squish it into all the comb, each little comb head, and just kind of squish it into it. And I'm going to let it sit for a minute and let it do its job. I might need a little more right there. I'm going to take the toothbrush and just kind of run it through, going that direction to get it out. Nice and clean. Once these have gotten dried a little bit, I'll just put them in between so they're elevated a little bit, and I let them dry for at least 24 hours.